surprised enjoyment of The Perfect Pair, an actually very enjoyable episode, I'm immediately reminded of the bad episodes with Fame and Misfortune, and in my opinion, one of the weaker episodes of MLP. Twilight sees two fillies fighting each other. She calms them down by telling them one of the friendship lessons from episodes before. Twilight sees that the friendship journal from season 4 is in severe disrepair, so Starlight duplicates the book for each member of the main six. This gives Twilight the idea to duplicate the book for everyone in Equestria, so they could learn the lessons that they have learned. The book becomes a big hit, causing the main six to have their own share of fans and haters, and now they just want them to stop. Let's start with the most obvious problem, the journal itself. I don't know anything about the book critic world, but I'll say this: you do not critique characters in an autobiography. The only time an autobiography is critiqued or criticized is by the person who have lived through those events. But here, though some of these ponies lived through the events of those episodes, they still criticize it for being unbelievable or unrealistic, and that's not how it's done. Starlight Glimmer is again shoehorned in. And I'm not just saying that because I hate the character, no. When you watch the episode, it is clear that this was meant to be Spike. Why they changed this, I have no idea. And I guess this leads up to the biggest problem with the episode. It's surprisingly mean-spirited. Everyone in town is incredibly cruel to the main characters. And what makes this even worse than putting your hoof down or even to an extent parental guidance is that they don't learn their lesson in the end. It almost feels like the episode was written out of spite instead of passion. That could be felt when watching this. And no one can agree with me better than the writer M.A. Larson. He did not like the idea behind the script. In fact, his original treatment was to have Pinky as the main focus and the townsfolk were going to learn their lesson at the end. But unfortunately, they told him to change it to what they had in mind. The song is subpar. I mean, it sounds okay by itself, and it's sung by talented singers, but the choreography leaves a lot to be desired. Is there anything good in the episode? Well, some of the faces are pretty funny, but yeah, I can see why most people would not like the episode. It's too boring for kids to follow, and it's way too mean-spirited for adults to follow. And like I said before, nothing was really learned. Even the worst episodes had something to learn from them. This, you learn nothing. I know there are some fans who liked it, but it doesn't do much for me. If the writer of this episode admits he didn't like it, I think that's saying something.